Good afternoon and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's a 2 o'clock start in Germany this time around in the third Bundesliga, and this should be a pretty decent matchup between FC Ingolstadt and Eintracht Braunschweig. So, in terms of, the last five, we'll start there for both teams. Braunschweig, they're coming off a victory. They took a 3-1 three-pointer over Sonnenhof Gross Asbach on the 27th of last month. Two draws prior to that with Unterhaching and Hamburg as well. 0-0 and then a 2-2 against Hamburg. The last loss they suffered was on the 6th of October. That was to the second Bayern Munich team. And prior to that, on the 2nd of October, a 3-1 victory over Assel. So not a terribly poor showing over the last five. Something to build on in the coming games. 13 have gone through the table. This is match day number 14 for these two teams. And Ingolstadt, well, they've got pretty much exactly the same kind of resume looking back over the 5 games prior. Ingolstadt in the black and a bit of white trim with a little red as well. A victory over Preußen Münster, 3-2. So we get a little early action. Nothing coming of it. So I can continue with the last 5. Prior to that, on the 19th, they drew against Chemnitzer. And then a 5-1 stomping prior to that against Sonnenhof Gross Asbach. So the two teams have both come away with victories over Gross Asbach in the last 3 weeks. They did have a draw with Unterhaching though. Both teams with the same result there, and both teams also losing to the second Bayern München squad. So a little something to read into there perhaps. So this one rolls along. Well, what's even more interesting in a sense is that the team they lost to, Bayern, both of them, is lower in the standings, currently sitting in 11th, whereas these two, Braunschweig, sit in 3rd currently, where Ingolstadt are just a few spots behind them in 5th. 24 and 22 points respectively. And this being a top-of-the-table matchup, it can really have some say down the road when we get towards the end of this long and arduous season. Now, in terms of head-to-head between these two, there isn't that big of a sample size in the 3rd league. The last time these two played in this division of German football was back in 2010, and that was a 3-3 draw in the 26th week of games. So take that with a grain of salt. However, the two did meet a couple times last year in the 2nd league, where Ingolstadt got the better of them in the last and final meeting towards the end of the season. Rebounding after Braunschweig took the previous game from them in a 2-0 fashion as well. But prior to that, they've met a couple times, again in that 2nd league. But the nearest prior to last season was 2015, and that was a scoreless draw. And if memory serves correctly, I believe I actually did commentated one of those games in last season's matchup in the 2nd Bundesliga. But don't let the 3rd division label fool you. This is a tremendous country for providing quality football to watch in all divisions. So in terms of the points, as I mentioned, there's a 2-point difference between the two teams at the moment, and a victory would go a long way. Ingolstadt get 3 points. That puts them tied up with the leaders with 25 a pop as well. Halleser and Duisberg. And if Braunschweig garner all three, well, they're at the top of the table, and that's where they want to be. They want to go back to that second division. You can expect there to be a couple goals in this one. Could certainly see a 1-1 or maybe 2-1 game happening here. Ingolstadt get about a little under 2 goals on average on the road. And as a statistic, again, an average and a bit of a guess by myself moving forward in this game, you'll see about 3 goals in the games that Ingolstadt play in. And about the same for Braunschweig. Both teams allowing about a goal on average. Perhaps 2 here and there, but no more than that really. Braunschweig opting for the 4-2-3-1 tonight, or this afternoon. Ingolstadt going for the 4-4-2. With Kutschke and Eckert up top, where Proschwitz will be the lone striker forward for Eintracht Braunschweig. Bar, Koblianski and Janzer will support him. Try and facilitate the offense through that midfield. A little chippy start in this one. Couple whistles blown already in 6.5. Fezic and Buntic in each net. Buntic getting an opportunity here to... or Fezic rather, got my sides mixed up. Braunschweig move forward. And his opposite number, Buntic, gets himself an easy enough touch and save as well, that offensive opportunity really fizzles out into not much. Antonisic. Heinloth tried to play it past the midfield presence, but he's going to have to toss this one in. Getting a foot on it there is 22, as you can see, Janzer. Deep throw, another whistle. Another stoppage. A little chat with the official. Kessel did his best to find a streaking attacker, but Bar was just a little out of range there. A little too much gas on the pass. Kurzweg with a decent enough throw in. That's his team possession, that's what's important. And they'll get a whistle for their troubles as well. Playing on quickly, this opens up an opportunity, but it's brought right back. As things hadn't been allowed to go ahead. All that in a very close offside call. Ingolstadt marching forward again. Kiewski decides to go long. Wasn't up to sprinting this time around, was Proschwitz. Schrock has some space, finds the open man, but the second touch was not quite on target. A little back and forth in the midfield until getting control for the moment are Eintracht. Up the wing, but a flag raised, whistle blown. Another stoppage in play. Another change in possession at that. Coach Flutman there, and Coach Saibene on the other side of things for Ingolstadt. Again, both of these teams can score. Not quite leading the way in the third Bundesliga. That will go to Duisburg, but 23 goals so far through 13 games for Eintracht, and Ingolstadt have 25 through the 13 games. And a 2-goal differential in terms of allowed as well, with 15 for Eintracht and 17 for Ingolstadt. Both in the positive on the goal difference side by 8. Last year, Braunschweig ended up in 16th place after 38 games. So a much better start to the season for them. Bit of an aggressive play from Fasic, but he's got to do his job. And I mentioned how, judging by how this game plays out, could potentially have a new leader in the table. Well, that comes with a bit of a caveat. Halleser have to draw or, well, lose in order for Braunschweig to leapfrog them. Good to see that Bar is okay. He'll make his way back on to the pitch in just a moment or two. Fasic buys more time for his side, as the Braunschweig faithful cheer their team on. See what they can build up here. Long ball near side, finds its intended target. Kiewski, 27. Look for him to try and drill one into the box. If he can create some space for himself, he does just that. Only one man there. The danger is cleared. A chance on the counter, but it comes right back to Kiewski. Just a spring forward. The answer, but defense is a bit quicker to the touch. Out for another toss. Opting to go all the way back to Tiglet. He'll play along to Nakansa. And a long, too long, lofted through ball to, well, the intended target was simply nowhere close. And that was Bar. We got a quick shot of there. Good to see him up and moving, although seeming to want to stretch that neck out a little bit. Don't fault him for that. He took a bit of a collision with the keeper. Braunschweig got that one on the hand. As a result, free kick, change of possession. Heinloth. Antonisic over to Schrock. And Schrock over to Kurzweg on the left. A brilliant ball. Opportunity for Ingolstadt to open things up, and just over the head of the attacker in the box, the captain as well. Solid defending there from Kiewski. A very decent delivery as well, but just couldn't raise that noggin up. Just that last final little bit was Kuchke, and as a result, nothing comes of it. Antonisic. Both teams seeing if they can spring a man free with some longer offensive sequences. And by longer, I mean in terms of distance, not the time. Antonisic will launch again into the box. Man is there. First touch is just not quite up to snuff. Eckert was all alone. And seemed to be onside as well. Beautiful sequence to start things off here. Delivered from Kiewski, but nobody's able to get there. And Fitzner can't finish it off in style either. Goal kick coming up. But a very threatening look from the home side. Quick defending to get that one away from Bar. We'll see how the offense continues to roll. At the moment looking like they're favoring this near side attack. But they're not going to be too picky. Off to the right we go this time. Bar can't get it around. But it is a corner. And by my count, that's the first one we've had on this side of the pitch. Podlansky will deliver. And we'll see if the home supporters get a little something to cheer about in the next few seconds here. Always dangerous, the set piece. Lots of height to that one. Bit of velocity too. Deciding to play all the way back to Fesic, who will just rocket that one forward once again. Eintracht in possession in the attacking third of the pitch. Crossed in, getting a cleat on it. At least a little bit of the boot was Proschwitz, but not enough to direct that one with any danger towards Buntic, and as a result, the keeper's got it easily. Antonisic back towards Buntic again. Kurzweg. Another long delivery. Ends up being solid, but hounded by all kinds of Braunschweig pressure. Taking a tumble. Oh, beautiful setup. Can they get the opener? Not much space to pull one off, and they do! Oh, what a dribbler! Takes a deflection over the keeper, under the bar. Not quite sure what that celebration was, but it doesn't matter. It's a 1-0 lead. Early on in the game, Gauss, when it looked like there was no opportunity, he comes through. I need to have another look at this one. Onside, everything is clear and crystal. Eckert supplies him. And who's to take a deflection off? Oh, it looks like just off the shin. Or perhaps even the boot. Should be a good view. Oh, so many yellow bodies in the way. Well, the home side down by 1 early on. They've got to get their offensive ways rolling, and that was a great opportunity. Let's see this go the other way, but it's going to be stopped in its tracks. Whistle blown, free kick awarded. Opted to play short this time around. And follow it up with the distance. It worked on the opener. It's got them a few chances around the cage so far. Heinloth delivers to Eckert. Oh, tried to thread it through. Still a danger knocking. Knocked away, out of play. Another set piece coming up. Opposite side this time around. Opportunity for a second. Also with the delivery. Decides to go low. Headed on target. They score again. 2-0 for Ingolstadt. Oh, he had to get low, about as low as you possibly can. The defender comes through. Antonisic, number 5, with the second of the game. The center back getting all the way low. Oh, what a perfectly placed header. Right over the arm of Fesic. There's no chance, heaven, hell, or high water that he's getting to that one. Beautiful stuff in 23 minutes for Ingolstadt. They've got a 2-goal lead, and this puts them in a terrific spot to garner 3 points. And if that's how things would stay, they would rocket themselves up to 3rd place in the 3rd division of Bundesliga. Still plenty of time for the home side to come back from this, though. Can't count them out just yet. Now, if there's another goal scored by Ingolstadt, then maybe we could talk about it, but stranger and crazier things have happened in the game. And coming back from 2 goals down. It's still 40 minutes. Am I mistaken? With still about 65 minutes left to go in this game. Oh, another one. Almost presenting itself on a silver platter there. I believe that was Kaya. It was just caught offside, not by much. Indeed it was, number 9 in an Ingolstadt uniform. We'll see what kind of changes this opts from, well, a tactical standpoint. And if manager Flutman will make any drastic changes here. Now, Braunschweig haven't been scored on due to a tactical advantage in a sense. I mean, the set piece, you know, things happen. That's just how the game goes. And that first goal, just a wacky deflection. Still could very easily be a scoreless game. It doesn't look like Ingolstadt want to sit back and let the home side attack them. They're looking for a third. They might just get it. On target, a third goal. Well, I said it was too early to talk about, you know, this one perhaps being over, but 3 goals in what, about 6 minutes now? That is not a very good sign for the home side. They are being thoroughly outclassed and very, very upset with the defenders in front of him is Fezic. And he's got a right to be this. But nobody has the attacker at all. Thalhammer just creates a little drift in space. It's an individual run. And he just walks right into that one. He's not going to stop that. 10 out of 10 times that probably goes in. Bottom corner with some speed and precision on it. That's a tough ask for any keeper. And now 3 goals down. Still so much time left in this game. Well, I'd love to see a miracle comeback. It would certainly make this a very, very entertaining game. I said we'd see 3 goals. I thought it'd be 2-1, but we've got 3 in half an hour. It's not too bad at all. Well, getting one back before halftime is a necessity. And not just a good thing, it needs to happen for Eintracht if they have any hope or motivation. Oh, the motivation will be there. These guys go out to play and to win, even down 3-4, whatever the case may be. But going into the second half with a 3-goal deficit, that is a very, very tough task to ask any team to come back from. Doesn't matter the quality you or the other team possess, it's just a matter of numbers and time. Now, let's not forget, this isn't the sport that scoring in, well, more often than not, above 5 goals a game. That is a real treat to see. And for this one to get a draw, we'd need to see another 3. Kept in, off the flag. And honestly, I believe that's the first time I've seen that, which is that's quite a little fun little view there. And not drawing the whistle for going out of play either. It's even cooler of a concept. Wonder if that could be used to some kind of advantage by a very talented player. Knock the ball off the flag and run around the defender, something like that. Someone with a lot more acumen in the sport would certainly give that a try. Well, if you came to see goals, you're in the right place. Judging by how this one is pacing and shaping up to be, I reckon we'll see another one or two. I'm not going to take any guesses as to which side. But there's essentially two schools of thought on this, or two directions where it could go. Braunschweig feel demoralized. The defense continues to allow some gaps and holes. And the Ingolstadt side takes advantage and racks up some more, or something very motivational is said in the locker room. Or perhaps even right now by one of the 11 men on the pitch for the home side, and they rocket things right back and make this a game. I'm hoping on the latter. And as of right now, the visitors, which have once again got themselves that 3-goal lead, they're dominating in possession and they're continuing to press forward. They are not looking to stop. Eckert will hold things up for a moment. Launched right back into the box. On target. Second poke at it. Can't get through. And very nearly a fourth. Foot race. A shove and a free kick as out in front of the keeper. A few words exchanged from Kuchka to Fezic. Another look at the opportunity. Very, very nearly. He tried to poke it over towards Eckert as well. At least that's what it looked like from the angle. I'll see what kind of motivation Braunschweig have. And you'll see that in those 50-50s. That's when that desire and motivation comes out. Kansa to Kessel, back towards the center back, and a few quick touches between the pair. Slow build up here for Braunschweig, but that's the way they've got to approach this at the moment, at least for the remainder of this first half. Slow, methodical in a sense, just get those good opportunities. Get something towards Buntic's cage again. Well, the supporters haven't lost hope. The times of the goals: Gauss in the 20th, Antonisic in the 23rd, and Thalhammer in the 26th. A 6-minute window where all hell broke loose. 3 shots, 3 goals. Can't complain. Can't complain at all. And getting roughed up a bit by the touchline. No whistles blown. And teams are pretty close in the other stats. Possession's about 50-50. Each team has had roughly 150-ish or so passes. hovering around that 75 to 78% efficiency on those as well. Edge and corners so far 2-1 in favor of Eintracht. Two midfielders scoring for Ingolstadt. And one defender. A very poor pass. Not quite sure what that was from Ziegler, but his team are fortunate to get it back without allowing some more pressure. Kessel has that one poked away. Kessel not too happy about it. Stuttgart run into, that's why the flag and whistle was blown and raised in the opposite direction. Can't let that frustration get the better of them in this situation. It'll only make things worse. Now, for some players that have back to the wall mentality or environment can really breed some success, but it's not for everybody. As Eckert gets away from a couple, not quite sure how he did. Fourth shot, and this one will not result in a goal. Although if it had, I think Buntic might have, or Fesic rather, may have really taken a swing at somebody. As he looked absolutely furious after that third goal. And with good reason. There was way too much time, space, and freedom allowed to the Ingolstadt forwards. Trying to continuously direct traffic on the sideline. Here's Coach Flutman. And his team certainly need it at the moment, with time ticking away in the first half. Bit of a strong challenge from Eckert. No cards dished out. Couple changes in possession and a bit of an aggressive move from Kessel. He was just trying to make a play on the ball, but in the wrong space. At the wrong time. And Ingolstadt will be back on possession. Well, the visitors have themselves an easy second half to look forward to in a sense. Now, they will expect pressure and they will expect constant offense, but if they can get one more goal, then they won't really have anything to worry about. I don't expect them to turtle up, as the phrase goes at times. Just play that 100% defensive game, because that is how you lose big leads. You just continuously sit back and let the offense get to work, give them repeated opportunities. It's not a recipe for success. But at the same time, this isn't a sport where you must go on offense whenever you have possession. Foot race. Eckert gets there first. Has support. Opts to slow things down a little bit. Play his team's kind of football. He's going to draw the foul. Kessel again guilty. And he's having a rough first half, as he's been whistled a couple times now. Decent set piece opportunity coming up here. Essentially a short corner. Into the box. Headed away from danger. Albeit just for now. A deep throw coming up. With about 5 minutes plus some change in the first half of play. And a goal-scoring paradise in the 20th to 26th minute. A sub as well. A rare first-half substitution. Thought it said 16 on the board. Why are you taking your goalkeeper out? But Bauer will be taking a seat on the bench for the remainder of this game. A bit of extracurricular activity. And getting very, very heated with the official now is Fezic. Surprised no cards have come out. Not necessarily for that infraction, but just in general in this game. Used the body well to defend the ball, as Kaya did his best to try and get around, but official having a word. They're saying, hey, look, guys, calm it down. There's no need for things to get out of hand here. That could be a tactic employed by the home side. Try and get the Ingolstadt players riled up a little bit. Get them to take some cards, perhaps a red, who knows? Not quite sure how you would go about doing that without getting some sort of infraction yourself. But I expect there to be a card shown on the next, we'll call it questionable challenge. On the attack, an opportunity to turn things around here. A substitute. Number 34, Feigenspan. Doing his best for his team, as is Janzer. But the two can't retain possession. Ingolstadt have it right back. And with about 3-4 minutes left in this half, judging by how much time we've got added on, shouldn't be more than a minute though. Defender doing well there, the midfielder rather. Viva. No directions given from the Braunschweig manager. And up comes Koplianski. Sends it back to Viva. Feigenspan. He's got an opportunity, but he roofs it over. And that was the golden egg that they were looking for in the first half. Just get one on the board, then everything is open for discussion. That was perhaps a bit of a stretch to expect a goal or on target there. Defenders closing in very quickly. And the score remains as it is, 3-0 in favor of the visitors from Ingolstadt, as they got 3 goals in 6 minutes. And almost had a fourth as well. Kaya. Back and around they go. Antonisic, he got himself the second goal. Off the head, a beautiful connection. Had to get real low to the grass. Poor first touch. Almost leads to a counter opportunity for Eckert. With time dwindling away in the first half. We'll see what kind of time added we'll see. And don't expect more than just a minute, if even that. It's been a pretty decently flowing game. Two minutes to be added on. So still a couple seconds on the clock here for something magical to happen before the first 45 are put into the books. No cards shown through 45 and a half minutes of play. 3 goals scored, all from the visitors' side. Again, that's one of the men that scored one of them. So our first half substitution, Bar coming off. Now, whether that's a tactical change or if that's still from the knock he took with Fesic earlier on in the game, that remains to be seen and heard from the coach and the staff. But it wouldn't be too surprising if that were the case. And Feigenspan filling into that role on the far side. Delivered in, but right into the outstretched hands of Buntic. And that should, for all intents and purposes, close off the first half. We have an aggressive aerial challenge. And there we are, 47 minutes played, 3 goals scored. The home side has a lot of soul searching to do and a lot of apologizing to do to that man. Has 2 of those goals. There's some defensive lapses. All smiles on the Ingolstadt side of things, and there is one of our goal scorers, Antonisic, with a beautiful connection off the head from a corner, which count the second goal in this game. 3 so far, Gauss, Antonisic and Thalhammer. 6 minutes separating the first and the third. That's where we're at through 47. Come back for the second half and find out if we have a miracle comeback or not.
3:0 jetzt in die Halbzeit. Da reibt man sich wahrscheinlich als Co-Trainer auch manchmal die Augen. Was sagt man der Mannschaft bei so einem Pausenstand?
Ja, Jeff und ich, wir haben eben schon gesprochen. Letztendlich gab es ja auch ein gutes Beispiel jetzt auch mit Schalke gegen Arminia, wo Schalke auch 3-0 führt und hinten raus wurde es nochmal richtig eng. Und da müssen wir jetzt einfach zusehen, dass wir aufs Vierte gehen, dass wir konzentriert bleiben, dass wir gallig bleiben. Und deswegen, das werden jetzt so gleich die Worte sein. Ja.
Gab es denn auch was Ihnen noch nicht so gefallen hat in der ersten Hälfte?
Ja, also die Effektivität war natürlich sehr, sehr gut. Jetzt natürlich 1, 2 Situationen, wo wir nicht so gut geklärt haben, wo man schon so ein bisschen merkt, dass wir uns ein bisschen zu tief reinfallen lassen, dass wir nicht ganz so aktiv sind. Und das müssen wir jetzt einfach noch verbessern. Und wie gesagt, aufs 4. Tor gehen, dranbleiben und dann bin ich da guter Dinge.
Carsten Rumpt, vielen Dank.
Die 3. Liga live bei Magenta Sport. Präsentiert von bwin.
Servus. Servus.
Hi.
Schön, dass ihr da seid. Ihr seid bei 3 für 3 die Liga gelandet. Das heißt, Wir haben für euch 3 Stationen aufgebaut mit jeweils 3 Bällen. Und ihr tut gut daran, wenn ihr am besten so viele Bälle in Punkte ummünzt, wie es nur geht. Ihr kämpft natürlich gegen die komplette Liga. Ihr könnt Zwickau heute groß rausbringen, je nachdem wie
Noch
ihr
größer,
abfangt.
noch größer.
Dann fangen wir an.
Gepolstert, ne?
Mit Polster, ja.
Mit Lehne dran.
Und wie ist es?
Sehr bequem.
Kann ich auch ein Magenta-Abo damit gewinnen, wenn ich das treffe?
Hast du das nicht schon längst?
Doch, habe ich, aber man kann ja noch ein zweites gebrauchen. Meine Mutter freut sich auch darüber.
Okay, Challenge Nummer 1. Los geht's.
Ja, siehst du.
Okay, das ist schon mal ein sehr solider Start.
Ah, da dreht sich nicht rein. Ah, ein bisschen zu lang. Naja, der zählt jetzt doppelt.
2 Punkte für den.
Und wenn wir den jetzt treffen, haben wir ja schon gewonnen, oder?
Ja!
Geht auf jeden Fall ein Raum durchs Stadion, wenn so eine Ecke geschossen wird.
Absolut.
Aber
Trotzdem bleibt es bei einem Punkt.
1 oder 2?
Einer.
Können wir noch verhandeln? Ist der Stuhl auch für über 90 Kilo konzipiert?
Ich dachte, du hast 89.
Ja, offiziell immer.
Offiziell 89. Ne? So, hier bitte, dein Platz.
Hier liege ich meistens sonst nur und werde gefoult. Aber gut, setze ich mich jetzt mal hin. Mit 16er Linie.
Für gewöhnlich stehst du immer so hier.
Gibt's noch was von der Bank?
Ja, ich habe vollstes Vertrauen in Pommes. Also, wenn er was kann, dann Latten schießen.
Okay, dann bitte. Challenge Nummer 2.
Oh, der ist gut.
Jawohl!
Sicherer Sieg ist das hier. Ach so. Ah, weiter. Trotzdem gut.
Da ist noch einiges drin für den FSV Zwickau.
Ich dachte, wir sind schon vorn.
Pommes, wie klingt das für dich?
Abgekadert auf jeden Fall. Aber Ronny, toi, toi, toi.
Der war weit weg.
Aber alles weiß selbst hier. Aber ich treffe nicht einmal die Kiste hier, glaube ich.
Ja!
Latte!
Das ist er. Zwickau, check, punktet bei jeder Station.
Ach nee! Aber weil der Platz doch auch hier schon kaputt ist.
Pommes.
Hast du nicht gesehen? Hier, kaputt.
Ja, na klar, ich hab's gesehen.
Was sagen wir, Jungs, zu der Leistung?
Bockstark, oder was?
Absolut solide. Also für Zwickauer Verhältnisse top.
Okay, Jungs, mir hat Spaß
klar.
gemacht.
Und auch
Vielen Dank.
Dankeschön.
Haut rein.
Danke.
Bis bald. Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Zurück in Braunschweig, Halbzeitpause und es gab großen Jubel für Ingolstadt. 3-mal innerhalb von 7 Minuten. Die Ingolstädter führen 3:0 zur Pause hier in Braunschweig in diesem Spitzenspiel. Ziemlich deutliche Angelegenheit. Das hätten wir wahrscheinlich vorab gar nicht so erwartet. Dennis Krupke ist wieder mit dabei und Michael Henke, der Sportdirektor der Ingolstädter. Schön, dass Sie da sind.
Hallo.
Da gibt es ein bisschen was zu besprechen, ein paar Szenen. Vielleicht erstmal die Frage auch an Sie. Das kommt schon ein bisschen überraschend. Was hat Sie denn an der ersten Hälfte am meisten überrascht?
Ja, die dritte Liga hat immer Überraschungen parat. Klar ist das so nicht zu erwarten, aber das ist typisch dritte Liga. Man hat sehr gleich starke Gegner und auch Braunschweig ist eine Mannschaft, die immer in der Lage ist, auch mal 3:0 zu führen. Jetzt sind wir im Moment froh, dass es so steht, wie es steht.
Können wir direkt mal auf diesen ersten Treffer schauen in der 18. Minute. Ein bisschen kurios, da es ja vorher noch dieses Foulspiel auch gab an Stefan Kutschke. Dennis, wir können ja mal gemeinsam drauf schauen. Warum war es möglich, dass Ingolstadt da so viel Platz hat?
Ja, der Stürmer macht einfach einen guten Laufweg und geht hinter die Kette und wird dann angespielt. Und dann kommst du hinten ins Rotieren und dann, ich weiß nicht, ob der dann noch abgefälscht war, der Treffer, aber so liegst du dann 1:0 hinten. Und das beflügelt dann natürlich Ingolstadt, muss man ganz klar sagen. Und dann haben sie es in den Minuten sehr, sehr gut gespielt. Auch ich fand, bis zur 50. Minute war das ein Spiel, wo kaum einer torgefährlich wurde, wo dann so im Mittelfeld sich neutralisiert wurde. Und dann hat das Spiel an Fahrt aufgenommen. Auch wir hatten 1, 2 Momente vorne, wo wir durchkamen. Und dann haben die 6 Minuten uns natürlich erstmal einen Genickschlag zugefügt und dann musst du dir erstmal in die Halbzeit retten. Dann musst du mal gucken, wie kommst du weiter durchs Spiel, guckst eher, dass du defensiv veranlagt bist, vorsichtig und das müssen wir jetzt ablegen.
Können wir direkt mal auf den zweiten Treffer schauen, der ja gar nicht so später kam. Es waren ja nur wenige Minuten, in denen die Tore gefallen sind. Ich gucke drauf, in der 23. war es. Diese Ecke, Michael Henke, war das einstudiert? Das sah so aus.
Ich hoffe, in den letzten Spielen sind wir stärker geworden bei Standardsituationen. Es ist natürlich immer ein Vorteil, wenn du es schaffst, vorne als Erster an den Ball zu kommen. Ob du ihn dann verlängerst oder direkt aufs Tor bringst, ist die Frage. Aber das war sicherlich eine Phase, wo uns auch alles geglückt ist. Wir haben es gut gemacht. Wir haben natürlich Sicherheit gewonnen, schon nach dem 1-0. Und dann machst du auch solche Tore.
Nach diesem 2-0 ist natürlich auch schwierig für die Braunschweiger, irgendwie den Schalter umzulegen oder erstmal zu reagieren. Das hat man auch beim 3-0 gesehen. Für die Ingolstädter gucken wir auch mal drauf. Hier sehen wir die Szene, die war auch in der 27., also nur 4 Minuten nach der Ecke.
Ja, das ist dann der Unterschied. Dort wird das 3-0 gemacht, dort ist das Selbstvertrauen da. Wir haben kurz vor der Halbzeit eine ähnliche Situation, wo wir im Rückraum spielen und schießen den Ball dann übers Tor. Also das kommt noch mal dazu.
Was macht man jetzt? Sie haben das als Spieler ja auch erlebt. 0:3 zur Pause. Wie geht man da raus? Wie kann man diese Halbzeitpause jetzt auch überstehen?
Also ich hatte es ja eingangs schon mal gesagt, dass wir schon mal Spiele in Ingolstadt hatten und da lagen wir 0:3 zur Halbzeit zurück und sind dann wieder ins Spiel gekommen. Du brauchst 1, 2 Aktionen jetzt, so wie kurz vor der Halbzeit, dass du Chancen rausspielst, möglicherweise dann ein Tor machst und dann kann sich so ein Spiel noch mal drehen, aber es ist natürlich verdammt schwer. Ich glaube, die Ingolstädter haben jetzt oder sind jetzt voller Selbstbewusstsein, also es wird eine harte Nuss, die wir da knacken müssen.
Das Spiel damals 3:3 war es, oder?
Ja, 3:3.
Also ist noch ein bisschen was möglich, wenn es vielleicht so ähnlich laufen wird. Dann auch die Frage an Sie. Sie waren ja auch Co-Trainer unter Ottmar Hitzfeld. Was sagt man der Mannschaft bei einem 3:0 Pausenstand?
Ja, auf jeden Fall ist das Spiel noch nicht rum. Auch bei 0:3 kommen Mannschaften zurück. Das gibt es immer wieder, an dem Beispiel auch wieder. Du musst scharf bleiben, du musst auch die Chance nutzen, 4. Tor zu machen und dann wirklich abgeklärt durchspielen. Du musst auch aktiv bleiben, nicht nur reinfallen lassen und warten, sondern wirklich das Spiel wieder genauso angehen zur zweiten Halbzeit wie zu Beginn des Spiels und auf keinen Fall nachlässig werden.
Das heißt, wie ist Ihr Tipp, wie geht es weiter in der zweiten Hälfte? Wie geht es vor allem dann auch am Ende aus?
Ja gut, wir dürfen uns den Vorteil nicht mehr nehmen lassen, aber wie gesagt, abgerechnet wird nach 90 Minuten, wir müssen da voll konzentriert sein.
Dennis, 3:3, wie das Spiel damals?
Wäre sehr schön, würde ich so unterzeichnen, ja. Allerdings wirklich eine schwierige Angelegenheit, da wieder reinzufinden ins Spiel. Ich hoffe, der Trainer findet da die richtigen Worte, um die Mannschaft dann so einzustellen, dass wir von der ersten Minute an zeigen, was wir hier wollen.
Dann sind wir auf jeden Fall sehr gespannt, wie die zweite Hälfte weitergeht. Vielen Dank, Dennis Krupke. Danke, dass Sie da waren. Wir sehen uns bestimmt bald mal wieder. Michael Henke, auch vielen Dank. Viel Erfolg für Ihre Mannschaft natürlich. Wir nutzen die Zeit. Gleich geht's weiter, aber wir schauen mal drauf auf die Highlights bei Magenta Sport die nächsten Tage.
Die Magenta Sport Highlights der Woche. Kurzzeit live. Alba Berlin gegen Ratio Farm Ulm. Das Niederrhein-Derby bei Flutlicht. Duisburg gegen Uerdingen. Der Deutschland-Cup live aus Krefeld. Von Donnerstag bis Sonntag. Alle Spiele live und kostenlos für alle. Wiedersehen mit Derek Williams. Bayern reist nach Istanbul. Die Magenta Sport Highlights der Woche. Sei live bei der Fußball Champions League dabei und gewinne mit Magenta Sport 2 VIP-Tickets für das Spiel des FC Bayern München gegen Tottenham Hotspur am 11.12. in München inklusive einer Übernachtung. Rufe an unter 01379 40 20 20 oder schicke eine SMS an 40 400 mit dem Kennwort Magenta. Viel Erfolg!
Verliebt, verflucht, verdammt. Kein Schlaf, aber verdammt große Träume. Wer alles für dich gibt, kann nicht verlieren. Du bist Fußball. Bei dir ist mit allem zu viel. BWin, das ist unser Spiel.
Werte sind unsere Stärke. Basketball ist unsere Leidenschaft. Die Easy Credit Basketball Bundesliga wird präsentiert von Easy Credit. Einfach, fair.
Guten Abend, Madame. Furchtbare Nacht.
Nur Elektrizität. Nichts, wovor man sich fürchten müsste.
Die dritte Liga live bei Magenta Sport. Präsentiert von BWin.
Welcome back, folks. Second half getting underway again. Or again, getting underway, I should say. A 3-0 score through 45, well, we'll call it 47 since we got those extra two. Gauss, Antonisic, and Thalhammer with the 3 goals for Ingolstadt, the visiting team. And now we'll see what Braunschweig are made of. They had one opportunity late in the first half that very easily could have ended up with a solid chance on target, but it was not meant to be, it seems. And a corner coming up for the visitors on the far side of the pitch. They scored a 1 from this situation already. It was Antonisic getting the second one off the head. There he is, the bald man in the center of the box. Trots back to position. We'll see if he can get himself another one. Doubtful, but stranger things can and will continue to happen. Solid launch. Couple of good looking corners from the visitors so far. Alto trying to get away, keeps it in play, but turns the ball over in the process. This could spell danger. Long attempt goes well off target, outside of the foot, the left boot on a right-footed shooter as well. Braunschweig deciding to play it quickly, and that's what they need to do. There is no time for any kind of cutesy build-up or slow, methodical approach. They've got 45 minutes to score 3 goals, and, well, things don't exactly look great for them. And most of in their previous games this season, they have scored at least 3 goals. They had 3 last week. But prior to that, it's been a minute. The last time they scored more than 3 was against Würzburger Kickers. That was a 5-2 victory for them. But that came on the 24th of August. So, a little while ago. Too long ago, if you ask the home supporters. Let's see how it shakes out, though. Offensive opportunity presents itself. Had ourselves 1 substitution in this second half. Alto, who I called out just a few moments ago on this side of the pitch, coming in for Koblianski. That's 2 attacking midfielders subbed out for Braunschweig, Bar and Koblianski. On the opposite side of things, no changes made for Ingolstadt so far. And now the Bar substitution, I have a feeling that may have been related to the knock he took earlier on in the game in the first half. Had a collision with Buntic, the Ingolstadt keeper. Free kick awarded. A bit of a delayed one, but it will get done. A little too aggressive there was Fitzner. 31 for Braunschweig, or BTSV for short. Headed on, looking for a cross delivery. Not going to happen this time. Chopped that one a little bit. Instead of lofting it in was Kurzweg. Get a better look at it here. Didn't get under it at all there. Caught over the ball. Either way, it was going to be whistled dead, but just a little observation. Eintracht in their own end. Delivery took a deflection, and Ingolstadt marched forward once more. Quick change of possession. Kiewski back to Ziegler. He'll trot his way up a little bit before sending it on to Nikansa. And then over to Kessel. Kessel getting around one. That was one of the goal scorers, Gauss. He got around. Play on, says the ref. Chested down, ball remains in play. And a very strong challenge. There's our card. I read at that. Straight off the pitch he goes. And Nakansa may have got the frustration out of him, but that is an injured Ingolstadt player on the turf at the moment. Absolutely uncalled for. Feet first, didn't get down enough, and that was, you could see it right away. Referee taking no nonsense in this one. That's a dangerous, dangerous challenge. And good to see that he's all right and not being carted off at the moment. Down by 3, now down 1 man as well. Braunschweig really have their work cut out for them. As a matter of fact, if I were a betting man, I'd say they have no chance at this point. Just the way that the game has gone, the swing of momentum, and making his way off under his own power as well as Gauss. Third substitution for Eintracht. Getting a 10-2 on the side is Kurzweg. Seems to be all right though. Back onto the pitch. Wonder if we'll see him subbed off, just to be careful. This team now enjoy a one-man advantage, along with the 3 goals after Nakansa rather. A dangerous challenge led to an immediate, and our first card of the game as well. Doesn't want the game to get out of hand. And very well could have already, but not from any physical doings, but just from a morale standpoint, as Kessel gets himself around 2, loses possession, and we play on. Still hobbling around a little bit is Kurzweg. And yeah, he makes the substitution gesture. He's going to be coming off at the next stoppage as he takes a seat on the turf. Hopefully he's all right. Elva taking his spot. Again, good thing that he can walk on his own accord rather than having to be carried off or helped off in a sense. Burmeister taking the spot of Nakansa on the back line. 19 for the yellow and blue. Another injury, it looks like. Getting back into position quickly. It's the man who took the knock, Heinloth. Effective pressure from Ingolstadt. They know they have the man advantage. And they don't want to let the home side comfortably move up. Wiebe. Cross to Ziegler. Turnover in possession, and that is another card coming out. Without a doubt, all man, no ball. Fitzner, the second man booked, but the first yellow. Looks like Krause will deliver this one towards the box. Well, they'll opt for a shorter approach. Antonisic. Schrock. Gauss. Back to Schrock and Antonisic again. Antonisch on the far side. "60 minutes have come and gone in this one. Still the 3-goal lead mustered up in a 6-minute span of the first half. But now with 10 men on the pitch, Braunschweig are really in a bad spot. The floodgates could open up, could start right here. Beautiful opportunity. One extra pass brought down from behind in the box, but no can do on a foul. We're going to keep playing on. Antonisch will slow things up. And from one goal scorer to another, Gauss now. Back and forth we go for a moment. Letting that one dribble out was Heinloth. Rain coming down a bit harder now. Not too much than it did at the start of the game, but a little more noticeable. Ingolstadt are just going to take their time with everything they do. Elva wafts it in towards the box. Opportunity has gone, I was going to say wide, but just a better defensive play from Otto. Kessel. Vasic provides a little offense for his team, at least sets them up to move up. Telegraphed that one. Not enough men forward to pressure Buntic into making a poor decision either. Easy grab for him, and as a result his team can slow things down once again. Gauss finds the open man in space. Kuchka back to the defensive side of things. Almost caught out of position. The ball had a little too much loft to it, a little too much zip. And we're down to the final, I should say. We're down to about half an hour in this one as Elva gets rammed into. Play on, says the ref. Stay incidental contact. Deciding to walk it through. Shot on target and a first save, I believe, for Vasic in this one. As the other shots have either gone in or, well, the other sailed over the bar. That one was right in the wheelhouse. All he had to do was drop down. And that's not the way he would have liked this game to go. That is for darn sure. Braunschweig have taken back the possession numbers, and that is not too surprising, considering what the score is. And the fact that Braunschweig have nothing on target. 4 attempts, but none of them have come close to testing Buntic in net at all. And we'll see if that changes now. And at this point, they're looking for basically a goal every 7 minutes or so. That's a tough task, considering with 11 men they weren't able to muster up much. And now into the box, easily handled by Buntic yet again. They don't really have a choice. They have to go for those long attempts. They need instant offense, not slow and methodical. Elva with some space. Launched off a defender and will not go out for a corner, but rather a throw. I thought it went off the defender, but linesman judging that in favor of the home side, whose supporters are still making noise, believing in the team. They're going to need more than just belief, though. They're going to need their team to show them they've got it in them. They've got to get at least one. All three of the three in the 4-2-3-1 for Braunschweig have been substituted. Janser the last one to come off. And with that new front three, perhaps will give the home side a little spring in their step. A little added flavor to their offensive approach. They're going to need to keep the ball in play to do that. Too much mustard on that pass. Heinloth will toss this one in. Opposite number marking him. Otto. Chance for a build-up is stopped in its tracks as Elva takes it away, plays it along, and Ingolstadt move up forward once more. But they're really only allowing the one man to go deep. Everyone else is rather compacted in the midfield area. Eckert and Kutschke are the two up front for Ingolstadt. But at the moment, only Eckert is really pressuring, which is what you'd normally see from both of the attacking two. Pressure the back line, make the goalkeeper play the ball quickly. And that was a clean challenge, trying to sell the call, perhaps get that injury stoppage, allow his team to regroup, reform. But the referee has no intention of looking back towards Otto and giving him any kind of recognition. As the midfielder gets back on his feet and continues trotting along. Free kick in favor of the home side. Drawing the foul was Proschwitz. There he is. Now took a little knock from behind. A little shoulder over the shoulder action. Bringing 7 men into the box. Or 6 rather. Nothing comes of it. Antonisch pressured by Proschwitz, but it makes its way back to Buntic now. And Buntic will do his due diligence and launch it forward. Elva, has a little space here. Could make something happen. Finds the open man, back towards Elva. Almost gets through 2 defenders, but the attack is stopped there. Counter, on the other hand, just beginning. And coming to a screeching halt as well, as we've got ourselves a substitution coming up. Eckert going to be taking a seat on the bench. He's had himself an active 70 minutes of football. Didn't get any goals this time around, but he certainly helped make some happen. And we continue rolling along. Last notable event we've had in this game was the yellow card about 20 minutes ago. A couple close nicks and knacks between then and now, but nothing all too dangerous to write home about. And that was Philipp Biblia coming in for Eckert. 35 takes 7 spot. On the outside looking in. Decides to loft it through. As Krause almost had his man as well. Antonisch was camped out there as he's got to make a full sprint back. It's there in time. It's his team doing the job as well. Covering the back line well was Heinloth. He filled in as that center back. And with about 20 minutes to go in this one, it's now or never for Braunschweig. Fitzer waiting to deliver. Fitzner's delivery looks good, but the defense was all over it. They've still got to keep their heads on a swivel, but still looking for a first shot on target is Eintracht. That has not happened yet in this game, and that could be a sign of concern. You could also write this off as a one-off. We had a bad game, things just didn't go our way. Regroup and recoup for the next one. But that red from the Kansa really shifted the dynamic of the second half. And the fact it happened so early in the second half as well. The time of that card was 53 minutes, just 4 minutes after the restart. Fasic still yelling and screaming at the rest of his team. Again, for those that didn't see the 3 goals, 2 of them, heck, you could even chalk it up. All 3 were unavoidable in a sense, where if those same sequences happened 10 times in a row, I doubt the goalkeeper would get 1, if even 2. Out of those 30, the quality of the finishes was, well, for the first goal, a bit of a lucky hit, to be honest. So it takes a deflection off of a defender. Fasic expects it to go one direction, and, well, it rainbows over him, and there was no chance there. Second goal, it's a clinical finish off a set piece from the corner. Now you can perhaps fault the defender for not having better positioning on Antonisch, but ultimately there wasn't much Fasic could do on that one either. And then the third goal was just perfectly placed, and the defenders allowed way too much time, space, room, and freedom of mobility to the Ingolstadt players. And just walking into that one and rifling it into the bottom right corner was Max Thalhammer. And, well, that was essentially all she wrote in this one. Hasn't been much offense since the 26th minute that we've known for a while. Who, for all intents and purposes, will take the 3 points today. Those are the visitors, but the home side's still knocking. They're not going to give up without a fight. Opportunity here is cleared away right in the nick of time. Steaming in to try and get a foot on that one. Was Mike Fagenspan. Not this time around. As Elva gets it out towards midfield, pokes it back, and play will rumble on. Getting around one. Looking for a second, not this time around. Elva will get a chance on the near side. Couple of challenges either way, both sides getting a man taking a tumble, but The referee has no patience for that at the moment. Let's keep moving, he says, as we approach the 80th minute. Gonna get ourselves one more substitution. Guy's had himself a decent outing. He's been involved in a lot in this game. Beister will take his spot on the far wing. Probably make runs to the corner. That's what his job will be. Although with the time remaining and the goal advantage, I think that's subject to a little change. Won't be looking for much more offense. Now, if they're gifted a goal, they'll take it. There's no doubt about it. Decent build-up. Kessel finds the open man. Moving around. Wiebe. Back to Wiebe again. Alto back. A methodical procedure here as Kessel tries to hook that one in. Deflected out of play. They look to toss it quickly. They need to. Kessel looking for another delivery, and once again blocked away by Elva. See what Otto can do with the delivery. Low and powerful, easily cleared away. Otto again. Decides to fake it around a little bit. And go to open space. With the follow-up delivery, just not on target. But Eintracht still have possession. Beautiful sliding tackle there to deny a clear scoring attempt. And oh, beautiful stuff the other way. A chance for 4. It's not going to happen. Still playing the offensive side of things as the recent sub had an opportunity to make it 4 goals. That's a beautiful, beautiful delivery from Elva. Right on target, in stride. They may have had to pull the trigger a little quicker there. Header blocked away. Still hunting for their first goal of the game. Braunschweig, and at this point it's about goal difference, not just trying to get some semblance of a comeback going, although that of course would be ideal. But with about 9 minutes to go, it's looking all the less likely. It's tough to judge if Braunschweig have picked up their presence of mind and their play, or if it's just Ingolstadt sitting back and saying, okay, yeah, you guys can come and try and score. When you had 11 men and down 3-0 in the first half, you didn't manage a single shot on target. And well, they've only managed the 1 now in 83 minutes of play compared to the 5 on target for FC Ingolstadt. Other than that, everything else is pretty much equal. 3 corners apiece. Fouls are 14-13. Braunschweig with the 14. Both teams hovering around 77% of their passes completed. Possession 52-48 now in favor of the home side in blue and yellow. Now look at the previous sequence and just bobbled it a little bit. Almost ending up in a very, very bad situation. A good one could appear here. Crossed in, but headed away from danger. More time chewed off the clock as Eintracht have to toss this one in and set up again. Proschwitz finds a man in the box. Can he take a shot? Opportunity on the cards and off the post and out. And you know what? That does not count as a shot on goal. Or on target, I should say. It certainly counts as a shot. Second crack at it. Another deflection. Alto collects it. Has Kessel to his right. Opts to go into the box. And it's cleared out. Ingolstadt trot up. Beister flips it off. And the visitors just slow things down as Elva will collect them. I'll let things roll out. Gauss. Cross to the center. Krause. Back to Antonisch. Over to Schrock. And Gauss has dropped back considerably now. Usually see him up around midfield, but with this kind of lead and this kind of time left, there's no need to press up. Well, what does this do for the table then? Well, Ingolstadt, they'll hop up to third place at the moment. And that's based on goal difference, so it is an important stat at the end of the day. Braunschweig sitting fifth, Duisburg above them, and Ingolstadt leapfrog from 7th spot to 3rd with these 3 points. Puts them at 25, level with Hallesia and Duisburg as well. Those 3 teams at 25 points apiece. Unterhaching still sit at the top with 27. And these are all based off the current live results as well, as Unterhaching have themselves a 2-0 lead in their game against Waldorf. So Ingolstadt bouncing back after a loss. That was the last game they played. And they hand the Braunschweig their second loss in their last 5 games. A rather convincing and commanding one at that. Again, I said it in the first half, but it very well could have been a scoreless game. Or at the very least, maybe 1-0, but very manageable for Braunschweig to come back from. But those two, that opening goal with the bounce that it took, it may have very well been a deflating kind of 6 minutes, and it certainly looked that way from up here. 3 goals in 6 minutes time. Not the way you want to play the game. And of course the red card practically at the start of the second half from Nakansa. A strong, unnecessary challenge, some would say, onto Kurzweg, who ended up being subbed off because of that challenge. Was having trouble putting pressure on his right leg. Credit to the home supporters. They've been loud and proud throughout the entirety of the game, even when their team has, well, not looked as promising as they would have liked to have hoped, or liked to have seen, I should say. And if they can even get 1 goal in this one, that's a major achievement, considering how this game has gone. And only 1 shot on target Well, at the moment, it should be 2. And from my recollection, I always thought that shots off the post did not count as an on target. And a fourth one, perhaps? No, blocked away. Down in the box, but getting back to his feet. Elva looking for the backdoor play. Had his arm up. It won't get to him. 2 minutes left in this one. At least in a full time. We'll see what we have for added on in the stoppages and all that. Barely has the speed to make it out the touchline, and another look at the opportunity. Solid shot. Fejzic was in the right place. Don't think that one would have squeaked past him. Braunschweig looking for distance again. And Elva's going to have a little foot race to win here. He does just that. Defender losing his balance. This could be 4. And indeed it will not be. Another save coming from Fejzic in the defense. And where was this in the first half? They may be wondering. As Biblia is denied on the doorstep. Oh, terrific stuff from Fejzic there. Great save. A little redemption for him from the first half. He's turned aside everything since that swarm of 3. And again, can't emphasize it enough, but a very, very unlucky bounce or 2 from his perspective. Antoniš, last man back. And does his job there. Just slows things down, and with 20 seconds to go in this one, the last chance for Saloon for any more goal scoring. Ingolstadt hungry for a 4th, it seems. And Elva has been active since he's come on. Really looking to get that 4th one in the box. And we're not going to have any extra time. 3-0 the final. A couple more minutes wouldn't have changed anything as FC Ingolstadt come to town and dismantle Eintracht Braunschweig in a flurry of goals in the first half. Gauss, Antoniš and Thalhammer within 6 minutes of each other. Goal, 3 minutes goal, 3 minutes and the third goal. And that would be all she wrote, as the home side could never recover, especially with the early red card to Nekansa in the second half. Just 4 minutes in, that would spell the end of it, as the home side cannot garner any points. And as a result, Ingolstadt move up in the standings. Now there's still some games going on, so all those numbers are subject to change. But that'll be it for me. Thanks for tuning in to this afternoon's broadcast. It was a entertaining 90 minutes of football. Had some goals, had a red, had some opportunities and a couple decent saves. And at the end of it all, Ingolstadt emerged the victors 3-0 on unfriendly turf.